Hello there, this is Ty the Movie Guy, and if you haven't figured it out by now, I absolutely love movies. Probably my favorite thing of all time to do is go with some friends and watch a brand new movie. So when I'm out doing that, I practically want the whole experience to be perfect, but sometimes that's not always the case. So today we will be talking about my top 10 worst movie experiences.
Why you son of a great power comes great responsibility.
My brother had a sword!
You do this all day.
I am.
Why so serious?
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
With this video, I just want to give a quick disclaimer that majority of these movies weren't like the most terrible experience. It's just kind of like pretty minor stuff that I just want to like tell a funny little story about. But towards the end of the video, we are going to get into stuff that legitimately pissed me off regarding like annoying people, like other theater going people and stuff like that. So before we get into it, I also want to thank everyone for really supporting my last video. It is easily my most popular video so far, probably a lot thanks to my fancy schmancy new camera. So thank you for supporting that video, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and comment your least favorite movie theater experience down in the comments of this video. So with that all said, let's get into it. So starting off our list at number 10, we actually have a 2-for-1 here, practically just because they're basically the exact same experience all the way back in 2018 coincidentally. And basically what happened with both of these movies is I just had a major cramp in the back of my knee. This is gonna sound funny, but yeah, we're starting off like really basic, but like the back side of my knee had a major cramp that I sometimes get. I don't know what it is, but I just get these sometimes where I get a major cramp and I have to like keep my legs straight. I'm doing it right now, but I gotta like keep my legs straight or else it's like really painful. So during both of these movies, like halfway through the movie, I had that cramp, and so I had to like quickly get my legs straight. And me being like a tall person, not to brag, 6'1" over here, but being a tall person, movie theaters and planes and all that jazz aren't built with tall people in mind. So I had to quickly like stretch out my leg, and I like stuck it between the two seats in front of me, and hopefully the person in front of me didn't notice, but I had to like quickly do it to try to like stop the immense pain that I was having. So I had to do that for like a couple of minutes, and it was like super painful, and then it eventually went away, and then just, I don't know, the movie went on. It's easily at the bottom of the list because it was just such a minor thing that happened for a couple minutes, but in those couple minutes it was extremely painful. And once again, at number 9, this is just a really minor thing, so don't think I'm like taking these ones like super seriously. But at number 9 we have the Eternals, and basically what happened with the Eternals is I became a new driver like a month before I went to go see this movie. So I drove me and my friend to this movie, and me being the unexperienced driver that I am, I locked my keys in my car. That's not a big deal, and basically all I did is I called my dad. My dad brought a spare. He like drove there to the theater, and it took like 20 minutes to get there and back. He brought the keys, helped me unlock my car, get my normal keys out, and then went home. And really wasn't that big of a deal. It was just, I got a little worried I was gonna like be late for the movie, and I felt bad that I made my dad drive all the way out there to give me some keys. Really not a huge deal, but just, I don't know, it was kind of annoying, but yeah, not that terrible. In number 8, we have The Last Jedi. And with this one, it's very similar to the Eternals. It was kind of like a pre-movie thing that happened. And basically what happened is my mom gave me like a Cineplex gift card of hers to use for snacks and whatever. And so I used it for my snacks and everything. And then somehow before the movie started or whatever, I lost the gift card. So while the movie was like, before the movie was starting, I was like frantically looking under the seats and everything. And I think I walked like out of the theater and like was checking down the hall and all that, and I never found it. So not a huge deal. There was probably like $10 on the gift card, but me being like a really cheap person, I'm pissed off that I wasted $10, and even that, I think it was like my mom's $10 gift card. So then when she went to pick me up, she's like, "Where's my gift card?" And I said I lost it, and blah 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 blah. So I just felt really bad that I lost it, and I'm a really cheap person, so I hate just wasting anyone's money. So I don't know, I had like a bad feeling going into this movie, knowing that I just like wasted money. So that's why it comes in at number 8. I can count. And into number 7, we're actually somewhat getting into like actual irritating stuff. We have the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and I think this is kind of like a universal thing that lots of theaters actually experienced, and it's just the fact that FNAF fans are, I don't know, they're interesting people, let's just say that, but you know, they're big into their meme culture and stuff like that. So, you know, during like one of the decapitation head bite off scenes, like people would yell out, "Was that the bite of 87?" And me just trying to like sit there and enjoy the movie, that just really pissed me off that someone was trying to just make other people laugh in the middle of a movie. Like, it's not like some sort of comedy show you're supposed to like try to keep talking to at a minimum. You don't like yell something out trying to just make a bunch of strangers laugh. And I think the rest of the audience actually did find it funny because they're all the kind of same type of people who are into that type of stuff. And me not being a FNAF fan, just trying to just enjoy this movie, hearing people yell stuff, trying to make other people laugh and other stuff like that. I think there was other things they like yelled out and laughed about and stuff like that wasn't Bite of 87 related, but that's the main one that I remember. And it just kind of annoyed me that like, why are you just trying to make other people laugh? Like, shut up and watch the movie. And so that's why it comes in at number 7. And coming in at number 6, we have Toy Story 4. And this being like an animated kids movie, guess what happened? There was a baby in my theater, and that baby, I don't know what was up with him, but I guess he didn't like the movie because he was crying and crying and crying and crying and crying. And I remember it was towards the start of the movie, like during the trailers, and then I think going into a bit of the start of the movie. So not terrible. Like, that would be awful if it was the whole movie. I'd probably leave or lose my mind, or just, I don't know, like that baby's lucky he didn't cry the whole movie. But it wasn't the whole movie, it was like only like the very start of it, but like it was just still super annoying. Why would you bring a baby to a movie theater, like if it wasn't like a special baby's night that I know some theaters have? But like, why would you do that? The baby can't like comprehend the movie just because it's like a kid's movie. The baby doesn't even know what's going on. So like, yeah, why bring the kid? Like, just have a babysitter, or don't take the kid. Like, same thing with babies on the planes. Like, this isn't even movie related, but babies on planes also piss me off. I think we should ban babies on planes, but that's beside the fact. This is coming in at number 6, and I don't even blame the kid. I blame the parents. Like, if you went to, I'm not gonna dox myself, but if this was you, how dare you? Don't take your kid to that theater. And if this kid is like 5 years old now watching this movie, how dare you, kid? I'll find you.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
And coming in at number 5, we have Oppenheimer. And with this movie, once again, it was a kid, but this was a teenager this time. He was like, I don't know, early teenager, that age range, something like that. And towards the end of the movie, this kid was sitting one row in front of me, and I guess he didn't like the movie because he was just like fidgeting like crazy with like the seat. Like, I can demonstrate it with my fancy chair here if I can get it. Yeah, so he was like doing this with the chair like over and over again. He was like doing this, and then he was like also on his phone, which like tons of people do all the time, but he was right in front of me, so it was like even more annoying. And I could even see he was like on the Cineplex website, so I'm assuming he was like checking the runtime of this movie because he was obviously bored and wanted to know when it was going to be over or whatever. So like, frick that guy. Like, first of all, you probably weren't even young enough to see that movie. Second of all, you didn't even like it. So and like, why detract my experience just because you don't like it? So like that guy was super annoying, and luckily he left like 10 minutes before the movie even ended. I guess just because he really didn't like it that much that he didn't even care to finish the movie. And when I saw him finally leave, I like whispered to my friend, I'm like, finally. But my friend didn't even like notice what he was doing. And I think because I love this movie so much. Like, if you haven't heard already, I love this movie. I will love this movie till the day I die, but you know, we're not gonna get into that. I could talk about this movie for hours, but since I love it so much, I feel like I notice the smaller things, and I just want the experience to be perfect. So I notice the little things, and they bug me even more the more I love a certain movie. So that's why it comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have Lightyear. And for this story, it is thankfully not related to it like a different person just being annoying. This was more of a personal thing. And so back in June 2022, I got my wisdom teeth removed, and the day later was my birthday, and so I thought it would be good to celebrate my birthday and go see this movie with some friends. So a day later, after wisdom teeth surgery, was a bad idea because, you know, I went to, that was my birthday the day after, I went to a movie that day, and then like a couple days after that, it was my graduation. So overall, it was a really bad time to have wisdom teeth surgery. A note to you guys, if you're planning on getting that surgery, do it a day where there's like nothing important around that, because yeah, it is painful. I think it's different for different people, depending on how you react to it. But me personally, it absolutely sucked because I got all 4 removed, and I was like really puffy and just in pain. And like the entire runtime of the movie, I was in pain. Or actually, I think I took some sort of pill or something, like pain reliever or whatever for the movie. And then I think halfway through the movie, it wore off. And then I'm just like holding myself or whatever, just in so much pain. And so like after the movie, like my friends wanted to go out or whatever. And for some reason I was really cold too, even it was like June, but so like we went to like some fast food place afterwards, and I just didn't want to do anything. I was just shivering, and I'm just like, can we please go home? I'm in so much pain. This also wasn't movie related, but yeah, I looked puffy in my grad photos too, so that was all great. Really not fun movie experience because I was just in so much pain practically like the whole movie. I mean, like it was like not too much when I was like on the pain reliever, and then when it wore off, it just got even worse. Do not do surgery around important events. I know a movie is an important event, but when you have a surgery, you should just, I don't know, curl up in bed and hide. It sucked. Coming in at number 3, we have Deadpool 2, and we are straight back to annoying people. Yippee! But with this movie, we had some probably like 20-ish year old guys behind me in the theater, and they were just like obviously not trying to whisper whatsoever, just yelling out like any funny thing that popped into their head to try to make their friends laugh, and just random stuff. And this was like 6 years ago, so it's hard to remember, but I don't think it was like during the whole movie, so I'm very thankful for that. But I just still remember them like yelling, not even trying to whisper whatsoever, and that just really infuriates me. So this one is coming in at number 3. And coming in at number 2, we practically have the exact same situation with Evil Dead Rise. We had like a group of 20-ish year old guys sitting like directly beside me and my friends, and they were once again just like not trying to whisper whatsoever, just blurting out random stuff to make their friends laugh. And this one was like practically a year ago, so I remember it pretty well. And I do remember it was like basically the whole runtime of the movie, they would just comment on random stuff in the movie, and my friend would like shush them a couple times, and I think other people would shush them, so you could just tell that like everyone around them was just pissed off. And yeah, I hate people like that. I swear to God, just shut up. Like you're not there to watch the movie. Like these people like don't care as much as like me and you watching, because you probably love movies just like me, and just people like us, just we want good environments. Like go somewhere else and do stupid stuff. Don't wreck what we love so much. So that's why it's coming in at number 2. And coming in at number 1 for worst movie theater experience, we have Barbie. And this is easily going to be the longest story because I just have to explain all the crap leading up to this and everything. So basically, for this movie, we decided to go to a theater that we've never gone to before, that was probably like double the distance as our usual theater, because there was this trendy diner that everyone was talking about and the milkshakes were really good. So we're like, okay, we'll go there, we'll go to that diner, and then we'll go to the movie theater nearby afterwards. So we go there, and yeah, it was like probably double the distance as our usual theater, but that wasn't a huge deal because, it was a nice summer night. I had the top off of my Jeep with my friends, wind in our hair, all that good stuff. So, it was a nice drive. And then, so we go to the diner, we have our food, all that was fine. And then we get to the theater. We were almost late because I missed the exit and I had to like cross a bridge and then do a U-turn and then come back. So we were almost late, but we make it to the theater. And lo and behold, our reserved seats, because you have to reserve seats ever since COVID, but our reserved seats were taken by a group of girls, and we're like, what the hell, you're in our seats. And then one of the girls says our seats were also taken. So we think to ourselves, okay, fine, we'll be nice and we will take this open seats beside you. And then we're a group of like 5 guys and it was only 4 seats. So one friend ended up sitting on another friend's lap. But it gets worse because the actual owners of those seats show up like right as the movie starts. And so I think to myself, oh God, what do I do? I debate like telling the girls who took our seats to beat it, but the movie started. I don't want to make a big fuss by getting an employee and all that. So I think, damn, what do we do to not piss off all these people? So we do the courteous thing and we sit like at the direct front of the theater. I don't know if all theaters are like this, but every theater I've gone to has like a pathway, or like you walk down the hall to enter like the main theater, and then there's like a pathway from one stairway to another, and usually like majority of the seats are above that one path, and then there's like a couple underneath it, like 3-ish rows, and those are like the worst seats imaginable because it's like right up next to the theater and you literally have to look up like this. And unfortunately for us, those were the only like seats open, so we bite the bullet and we take those ones. So this entire movie, we have to watch it like this, and just such a painful way to watch a movie, craning your neck all the way up. A very not enjoyable experience because we bought our tickets, we drove further than we usually do. We like jumped through all these hoops. We're on opening night, we're excited to see it. And then we have to get the worst seats in the house because a different group of people, I don't know what they did. I don't know if they snuck in and took the girls' seats who took our seats, or they bought some crappy seats and then decided to take our seats. But whatsoever, someone screwed us over and it really sucked. And I think that's partially why I'm not a huge fan of this movie. I know like girls absolutely love this movie and they like relate to it so much and all that jazz, and so I'm a little negative to it because I don't know if I didn't like it, or it was like all the garbage that I had to go through trying to watch it. That was easily my least favorite movie theater experience. Oh, and also it didn't really like detract from the movie, but the people we sat with at like the very front were, I don't know, they were kind of like sketchy looking, like kind of dressed a little funky, like maybe prostitutes. I don't know, that's kind of what they gave off the vibe. But towards the end of the movie, one of them like went to the bathroom or whatever, so we thought, and then came back and then said so-and-so had a heart attack or something. And then we're like, what the heck? And then as we leave the theater, there's like ambulances and fire trucks all lighting up outside the parking lot, and we're just like, Jesus. So the theater experience was bad and somebody might have died. So easily the worst theater experience, and that's why it comes in at number 1. That's my list. Like I said, majority aren't that bad, just the ones that involve people being obnoxious, like talking a lot and stealing seats and stuff like that, and my wisdom teeth surgery, that was really painful. So that stuff was really bad, but majority of this wasn't that bad. So I don't want to look like such a snobby person who's like, oh my god, like I don't want to be Like, usually I'm like a pretty happy guy when it comes to movies. I'm just happy to watch a movie, but some of these really pissed me off. I'd love to hear some of your worst movie theater experiences in the comments below, and farewell.